guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I filmed this look right here for you guys. It is basically called a reversed ombre wing liner or an ombre wing liner, and I also have a half cut crease. I did this look a few days ago and a lot of people wanted to see a tutorial, so that's what I'm doing for you guys today. This look is definitely a little bit harder to achieve, but if you're patient with it, it's an awesome look in my opinion, and definitely kind of stepping out of my comfort zone. But overall, I think this look turned out awesome and I hope you guys like it too. I definitely did not create this look. I got inspiration from a bunch of different makeup artists who did it. I'm actually not sure the first person who did this look, but if you do know who they are, then please leave their name down below. Before we get into this video, if you guys like me and you like my channel, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. I would love to have you guys here. So without further ado, if you guys want to see how I got this reversed ombre wing liner, then please keep watching. So I already went ahead and did one eye off camera. This is what it looks like. So we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing on this eye. I'm going to take my YSL Couture eye primer in the shade Fair, and I'm just going to put this all over my lids as a base for the eyeshadow. So after we've put the primer all over our eyes, I'm just going to go into the Modern Renaissance palette and take this shade Tempera, and I'm just going to put this all over my lid just to set the primer. I'm also going to make sure to take this shade all the way up into my brow. That way we're just kind of highlighting the brow and making sure that the concealer is set underneath my brow. I already did my brows off camera, so if you guys want to see an updated brow routine, let me know because it's definitely changed a lot since my last brow routine video. Next, I'm going into my Kylie palette and I'm taking this middle shade called Citrine on a Sigma E25 blending brush, and I'm just going to put this all into my crease as a transition shade. We're going to want to take this from the outer corner all the way to the inner corner because we're going to be doing a half cut crease. But you want to make sure the transition shade is evenly distributed throughout the entire crease. And I'm just kind of doing windshield wiper motions and also small little circular motions. After Citrine is evenly distributed throughout the crease, I'm just going to go back into the same palette and I'm going to take the shade Tiger's Eye, and it's right here. It's kind of like an orangey warm brown, and I'm going to put this right above where we put Citrine. And I'm kind of building this up a little bit more than I would a typical crease and making it a little bit stronger because we are going to be cutting the crease and we want the crease to be a little bit more defined. Then I'm just going to go back in with that same brush that we used to put tempera all over our lid, and I'm just going to go through and blend out the edges. I'm going to go back into the Kylie palette and I'm going to take this shade right here called Topaz, and I'm going to put this right below where we put Citrine and Tiger's Eye. This is my favorite way to do a cut crease because I used to do it to where I would create the line and then I would blend above the line and not go below it. But if you actually just put all the shades into your crease and blend them as low as you want, as long as you use a thicker concealer to cut the crease, it doesn't matter how low the transition shades come down, and it's a lot easier to blend when you just blend it all seamlessly together and then go back in later on and cut the crease. I'm just going to go in and darken it up one last time. I'm going to barely tap into this color right here, which is called Bronzite in the Kylie palette, and I'm going to put this on the outer V of my eye and drag it in the teeniest bit into my crease. And really taking my time with this color because since it is a darker shade, it is a little bit harder to blend out. Next, I'm just going to take my Tarte Shape Tape, and I'm actually going to take a paintbrush because I find this is the easiest way for me to cut the crease. Any flat, small brush will really work for this. Even a flat angled brush, but this is just the brush that I prefer for cutting my crease. I'm going to kind of pull on the edge of my eye to make sure my lid is flat, and then I'm going to go in and cut the crease. Now that I've cut the crease, I'm going to go back into the Kylie palette and I'm going to use the shade Jasper, which is this white shade, and I'm going to put this all over my lid. Now I'm going to go back into the shade Bronzite, and I'm going to further deepen the outer V. And I'm also going to drag this a little bit higher into the crease. Now this is where we are going to start the ombre effect. I'm basically going to do the opposite of the order of the shades that we put into our crease. So next I'm going to go back in with the shade Topaz, which is that light brown, and I'm going to put that right kind of in front of where we put Bronzite. Then I'm going to go into the shade Citrine, and I'm going to put this right in front of where we put Topaz. After this is nice and blended, I'm going to go in with another paintbrush, and it's just the super thin tipped paintbrush. This is also awesome for like a regular black gel liner. And I'm going to go back in with my Tarte Shape Tape, and I'm just going to create a super thick wing. We want to make sure the wing is a lot thicker than the typical wing because we want to make sure we can see the ombre effect clearly. And if the wing is too thin, then the shades won't show up as intense as they would on a thicker wing. So I'm just going to go in with this brush and carve out the stencil for a wing, and then I'm just going to fill it in with the concealer. Now I'm just going back in with the shade Jasper, and I'm going to set the outside of the wing with this white shadow. Now again, I'm going to go in with the shades in the opposite order of the ombre that we did on the outer V of the eye. So next I'm going to go in with the orange shade Citrine, and I'm just going to put this right towards more of the center of the liner. Instead of using shadow to make these shades stand out a little bit more, I'm going to go in next with the Jeffree Star Liquid Lip in Celebrity Skin, and on the same paintbrush that I used to make the winged liner, I'm going to take some of the liquid lipstick onto the thin paintbrush, and I'm going to put this right in front of Citrine. And then for the last part of the liner, I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Liquid Lip in Sepia, and I'm going to put this on the inner part of the winged liner. Next, I'm just going to curl my lashes and apply one coat of mascara, and then I'm going to apply my Ardell Faux Mink lashes in number 811. So I went ahead and went off camera and did my face makeup. I wanted this video to be mainly about the eyes and less about the face. So I'm going to go back into the Kylie palette, and I'm basically going to do the same ombre effect onto my lower lash line. So I'm going to start with the orange shade, Citrine, and put this all underneath my lower lash line. Now I'm going to go in with the shade Tiger's Eye, and I'm going to put this on more of the middle of the lower lash line. Then I'm going to go in with Topaz and put this towards the outer V. And then lastly, I'm going to take the shade Bronzite and put this on the completely outer part of my lower lash line. And then I'm just going to go back in with this white shade Jasper, and I'm going to put this on the inner corner of my eye just to brighten up the look and make my eyes look more open and awake. And then I'm going to just go back in with my Loreal Voluminous Million Lashes Excess Mascara, and I'm going to put this onto my lower lash line. For highlight, I'm going to be going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills and Nicole Guerriero Glow Kit, and I'm going to take the shade Glow Getter, and I'm going to put that on with a Morphe M501 brush. And lastly, for lips, I'm going to be going in with my Kylie lip liner in the shade Dolce K, and I'm going to be going in with the Jeffree Star Liquid Lip in Celebrity Skin. To finish off the look and make sure it lasts all day, I'm going to spray my face with my Badescu Aloe spray. So this is the final result. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, again, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Leave any video requests you guys have down below, and I will definitely check those out. Thanks so much for watching again, and I hope to see you guys next time.